Hello, welcome to Granny's Story Time. Today we're going to read a book called Gavel Finds His Place, and it's a story about becoming Queensland's Vice-Regal dog. Now let's find out a little bit about Gavel. Gavel was a special dog. He was training to become a police dog. He loved helping police solve crimes. Even though being a police dog was a wonderful job, it wasn't quite right for Gavel. So he set off to explore Queensland for his perfect job. Being a flight nurse in Charleville was fun. Gavel enjoyed working with the pilots and doctors, and he enjoyed making people feel better. But even though being a flight nurse was a wonderful job, it wasn't quite right for Gavel, so he kept on searching. Being a sheepdog in Western Queensland on a property was fun, and Gavel enjoyed helping the farmers. He loved competing at the sheepdog trials. But even though being a sheepdog was a wonderful job, still wasn't quite right for Gavel, so he kept on searching. Don't think the Farmer Wombat, is very impressed that Gavel's playing cards with the sheep. Being a paleontologist in Richmond was fun. Gavel enjoyed studying dinosaur fossils, and he loved going to the dig site and finding new things. But even though being a paleontologist was a wonderful job, it wasn't quite right for Gavel. So he kept on searching. And a paleontologist is a special scientist who studies dinosaurs. Working alongside Indigenous land and sea rangers on Cape York Peninsula was fun. Gavel enjoyed checking the mangroves, and he loved keeping an eye for waterbirds on the waterbird breeding colonies. But even though being a ranger was a wonderful job, it still wasn't quite right. So he kept on searching. Being a scientist on the Great Barrier Reef was fun. Gavel enjoyed testing the water in the laboratory. He enjoyed visiting the islands to check for pests. But even though being a scientist was a wonderful job, it wasn't quite right for Gavel. So he kept on searching. Being an underground miner in central Queensland was fun. Gavel enjoyed helping load the coal on the conveyors, and he loved riding the lift deep down into the mine. But even though being a miner was a wonderful job, it still wasn't quite right. So he kept on searching. Being a surf lifesaver at the Gold Coast was fun. Gavel enjoyed setting up the flags, and he loved going to rescue when someone was in trouble. But even though being a surf lifesaver was fun, it still wasn't quite right. So he kept on searching. Being a tourist in Brisbane was fun. Gavel enjoyed climbing the Story Bridge and loved riding the city cats down the river. Now, the city cats are these boats here that go along the Brisbane River, and I enjoy riding them too. On Queensland Day, Gavel visited Government House, and he met the Governor. The Governor asked Gavel to be the first ever Vice-Regal dog in Queensland. Gavel and the Governor were very happy. They travelled around Queensland together. They went to Parliament House, to schools and award ceremonies. They even went to Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen and the corgis. Being a Vice-Regal dog is fun. Gavel enjoys wearing his ceremonial coat and he loves his life of public service. Being the Vice-Regal dog is a wonderful job, and it is exactly right for Gavel. Finally, his search was over. And that is the end of Gavel finding his place. Everybody takes a little time to find their place. It took me a long time to find my place. And my place keeps changing bit by bit. So right now I'm teaching and I'm doing my website and my YouTube channel doing stories. So I hope you like my place. And if you really enjoy it, please feel free to share with your friends, or also ask them to subscribe. I have a goal to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm up to 32. So let's see, can you help me reach my goal and find my place? Thank you for watching.